Good evening, friends. Welcome aboard to the Rail Fan TV on Monday, and this evening we're going to be doing the Tees Valley line in Train Sim World 2020, and taking the old Class 20 out for a bit of a drive, out for some adventures. I should probably restart it, shouldn't I? Let's do that. I was just tootling around on it a little bit in that way that I do before we kicked off. Let's have a look. Who's in the chat this evening? Dave Hard's here. Amtrak to EMD. Aaron Holt's here. Forza Horizon 4 driver. Forza Horizon 4 driver. Welsh Gaz, Banana Crofts, Tyler, Sinclair, CJ, Craigie, Sophie, Red Shark, Wolfgang, Gilly, Valentin, who else? The Simulation Dogue, Arsenal's here, and the British Ace and Callum, and Classic, and who's that? Yom, Tom, Yom, Daniel, and Laserman, and Luke, and other people are here as well. It was coming in fits and starts there, so I was having a just slight difficulty keeping pace with you all. Anyway, I hope you're all having a fine day. It's jolly warm here, is what it is. Jolly warm, and all being well, it won't be quite as warm for as long. Now, you may have questions. Feel free to ask them. I'll only give answers where I have them readily available. And when we're not preparing them for the tail end of this week, when we're doing our next TSW2 Q&A session. But I was going to talk to you about console, because I know several console owners have been asking, PlayStation and Xbox that is, have been asking, hold on, let's take the brakes off, concentrate man, you've got to do a bit of that, yeah, and then dab at this. I was going to talk console in a moment. Yeah, console owners have been asking, where's our pre-order? Well, the long and short answer at the same time is that we're not doing a pre-order on console. In terms of what will be available, tune in on Friday, we'll have all the information. But there will not be a pre-order for console owners this time around. Okay, there's a question that's come up a few times, but there'll be more information on Friday. Do I know what time the game is released? Megasim typically, when Dovetail do stuff, our games tend to release when the Pacific Northwest wake up. So you're looking at around 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific, which is 4 to 5 p.m. over here in the UK, or 3 to 4 p.m. on the UTC there. So it's that's typically when it comes out. More precisely than that, I couldn't tell you. Yeah. Bakerloo line gameplay is on Thursday. Baz there, dropping the knowledge, is absolutely correct. What's going to be covered in the Q&A? We're going to be talking about control schemes, which is of great interest to many people, and we'll also be showing off, touch wood, hopefully we've got enough available to make it really worth showing off. We'll be showing off the livery designer. I've seen some stuff with the livery designer that I went, oh, that's nice. So there you go. That's my sneak preview there. Well, I say sneak preview. It's like I don't know. It's literally a preview, but without any view part of that component. Will it be on Xbox Game Pass? Unlikely, Callum. We don't stick stuff on Game Pass at launch. Typically, it will be a year to 18 months later. Obviously, if that changes, we'll let you know. But there are no plans right now for it to appear on Game Pass. There you go. How about keyboard for Xbox One? That would fall under control schemes, would it not? We've got plenty of questions from our console playing friends who want to know about keyboard support, mouse support, and I've not seen anybody yet asking if Tony Hawk's skateboard is supported or not. So we'll have that covered for you on Friday. That's all part of the control scheme kind of Q&A section that we've got in mind. Yeah, there you go. Yep, they are. That's right. Is there a reason why there's no console pre-order? Yeah, because we're not doing one. That's literally the reason. The reason there isn't a console pre-order is just purely because we're not doing one. Yeah, just there isn't. Just isn't one. Just can we have a quick look at the map? Okie dokie, here you go. We're heading up this way, over there. There you are. We wiggle a bit, just a little bit, and we're gonna turn up over there. I'll show you the train in a moment. I'm just well, that was the wrong button. Just want to make sure we get through this first signal, and then everything will be groovy. And then I'll do a bit of external camera. Can I use the rock band guitar or drums? Well, that's what would be nice to find out, is it not? I'm supposed to honk the horn as we go through the stations to avoid the passengers being surprised by a freight train. I mean, it's a train. It's on a flipping piece of train track. I don't know why the passengers should be surprised by this. It's a train, look. Never expected to see one of those here. But no, apparently, easily surprised. Exterior cam. As soon as I'm gonna go. Oh, it's all right. And we've got the yellow. Yeah, let me just grip it a little bit, and then we'll get out here. So here we go, having a chopping our way up the wilderness. It's not really wilderness, is it? Up the north is where we're going. We've got a fairly hefty bit of train with us today, a couple hundred tons worth, which is quite pleasant. When is the Bakerloo line gameplay? Thursday. Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, good. Yeah. What about a steering wheel? Why not? Why not a steering wheel? Yeah, that's. I mean, it's all relatively straightforward, to be honest. I mean, one control scheme is much like another. Matt will probably try and hurt me with bricks or something now. I did my brakes in the wrong order there. Don't surprise the passengers. Alright, okay, there. No, it's just so flipping. It's unintuitive, to say the least. Or it is for me anyway. There you go, I've broken it again. It's because it goes the wrong way. Shouldn't go that way. Should go a different way. I should remap the keys to make that happen. I'll turn the cab heater on. I'm obviously chilly. Let's warm up a brew while we're at it as well. There you go. Right, get a window open. Window is open. Both windows open. They are now. Okay, release the vacuum chamber. Released. Good. Alright, bang this onto enough to make the brakes feel like they exist. Good. Put this route on sale on Xbox. Everything goes on sale eventually. Now, I mean, the big difference we have as far as console is concerned is that we only get limited sale opportunities throughout the year. They don't do quite as many sales through the year as Steam does, but we put stuff on sale all the time. Well, when it's available. Can I find out if TSW2 will support high dynamic range or 4K? You know where I've put that? I've put that in the Q&A list, you know. That's where that is. Someone posted it about 4 times in the Q's and A's, so I stuck it in the Q&A list, and we're answering those on Friday. When I install TSW2, will my TSW disc DLCs be installed too at the same time? The ones that are available will be immediately usable by you. Yes. Yes. So let's say, for example, that this is purely hypothetical, right? So let's say that East Coastway is the only DLC that you have in preserved collection, and it's not available when you install TSW2. Hypothetical, right? Then it won't be installed because obviously it's not available at that time. If it is available, yes, it will bang itself straight in there, and you'll be off and rolling and chipper and honking it down the coast. Because as you probably know already, not all of preserved collection is going to be available at launch, but the roadmap will give you a broad idea of when it's coming. So there's that. It's not a vacuum train, so no need to use a vacuum release chamber. Just makes me feel happy to wiggle it. I mean, if it wasn't intended to be used, why include it in the train? So I'm using it. Yep, makes me cheerful. And who are you to tell me not to be cheerful? Yeah, there you go. Where is Joe? Where indeed? Right, good. Now then, Yeah, just whatever. If I buy East Coast Way for TSW2, do I get it for TSW? No, you do not. DLC only moves forward. I have now had this confirmed. So your add-ons only go forwards. If you have, let's pick another one for the sake of this one, Tees Valley line, right? Let's say you've got this for Train Sim World 2020. It will be preserved and added to your Train Sim World 2 collection as soon as the preservation has been completed. If, however, you buy the separate Train Sim World 2 version, it will not work in Train Sim World 2020. Okay, so yeah, it will appear twice on the on whatever store it is that you frequent, but it only moves forwards. It does not move back. The same goes for Deluxe Edition as well. Is that it only moves forward? So the East Coast Way that comes with the Deluxe Edition will only work on TSW2. It won't work on 2020. There we go. Right. Yeah. There we go. So so those of you who want it on both, buy the TSW1 version, and that will work into TSW2, no problem at all. I mean, it's entirely up to you how you do it. What we don't want you doing is buying something mistakenly, thinking it's going to do something it's not. So if we can clarify anything like that, just ask the question, and we'll do our best to make sure that you've got a total understanding of what reality is. Will the Bakerloo line sounds be realistic? That's for you to decide. Right? We do our best as far as making realistic sounds are concerned. You then decide whether that is suitably realistic for you. I've played it, sounded pretty good to me, but that's me, you see, and obviously I'm horrendously biased to begin with, and also, I'm a filthy casual as far as train fandom is concerned. So you will have to judge for yourself whether or not it is up to the standard that you demand. I can't tell you it is, and you then go, no, it isn't, because neither of us will be right. That's just how it goes. What lines will come on release? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I made a mental note earlier on today of this is knowledge that I should have in my head immediately, ready to throw out there. It is written down somewhere. We have posted exactly what's in there, but I have not as yet locked it into what's left of my memory. So there you go. SAS Marlin, hi, is the editor ready? No, we're not releasing the editor to the public. I don't know if you've been under a rock of late, or whether this is purely a loaded question. However, we are not publicly releasing the Train Sim World editor in any fashion at all. There is no plan to do so. It will only be made available to those who are serious about development and studios who want to work with us to develop content for the game. So it is not being made publicly available because there are too many bureaucratic issues that go along with the editor to allow it to be released out to everybody. Just too many issues. So we know it's disappointing, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. Is Livery Designer on consoles? Yes, it is. Will there be a deluxe edition of the game on consoles? We'll confirm that on Friday. I think there's still some discussion going on that front. So I don't have a concrete answer for you, but we will know by Friday, and we'll let you know then. When are Steam engines coming to console? Probably when they come to PC as well. At the moment, we've got no plans to put Steam into the game. The new platform, so the Train Sim World 2 platform, gives us the ability to model Steam in a much better fashion than the original game did. But we're not ready to talk about Steam yet, and also we're not really going to talk about what might come after launch. We will talk about what might come after launch when we know what will be coming after launch. So as of now, there is no plan to put Steam into the game. Obviously we want to, obviously, but there is no plan and no timeline at the present time. There we go. Yeah, good. Oh, I see. SAS Marion. Sorry, not Marlin. SAS Marion there. Repeating the same question again in a slightly different format. When will the editor be ready? It won't, ever. The end. That's the end of the story as far as the editor's concerned. There is no editor. There will be no editor. The editor was a fantasy and is not going to happen. Right. Paul says, I'm in two minds whether to get TSW2 on console and PC. I've got all routes on console and base routes on PC, but prefer PC for performance. That's a rock and a hard place decision, that one. Well, I mean, that's going to have to be your choice to be made. The smart move, if you can bear to do it, might be to wait until a week or so after launch and then get some feedback from console players who've already picked it up to see if the performance is better for them than it was on the previous game. There should be, I mean, this is just it. The upgrade we've done to the Unreal Engine underneath, so Unreal Engine support, should add a little bit more optimization to the way the game runs overall. How that will feel to you as an individual, I don't know. And also, how that will actually manifest. Will it make everything run at 60 frames a second? Feels pretty unlikely. But will it be a noticeable improvement? That's up to you to notice. Unfortunately, because I'm a PC player, I'm hopeless. I'm the last person you want to ask. But there should be some improvement. Whether or not it's a meaningful improvement that you can observe is going to be kind of subjective. So your best bet is going to be find some people who've played it after they've given it a go, and they'll tell you what they think. Right. What else have we got going on? Will TSW2 be a free upgrade to the PS5? I'm not talking about PS5 at the moment because it's not out yet. We'll talk about PS5 a little closer to the PS5 launch. What we do know already is we're not making a bespoke PS5 or Xbox Series X1, Series 1X version. We're not making a distinct version for those consoles, or we've got no plans to do so at this time. But both consoles are backward compatible, so it will work on the new stuff. As far as I am aware, I will correct that statement if it is horrendously wrong. But that is, to the best of my knowledge, the news on that front. All right. Oh, hold on. We got some action coming up. I'll go just a smidge fast. Hang on. Let's do some actual driving here for a moment. I didn't say that. There you go. Look, I'm only doing 24. Yeah, it's a 20. We'll be fine. It's fine. There you go. Right. Brakes back off. There you go. Give it a little bit of grunt, otherwise we'll stop. Yeah. Go on. Bit of grunt. Grunt. Come on. There you go. Alright, we're allowed to do, well, what's our speed limit here? 20. Right, we've got 1 and a bit miles to go, and then we can do 25. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's going to be a nerve-jangling thrill ride when we get to it. Well, TSW2 Game Pass on Xbox. There are no plans to add TSW2 to Game Pass on Xbox. When we've added stuff to Game Pass in the past, it has usually been after the game has been out for at least a year. So you're going to have a bit of a wait before it turns up in Game Pass. Right. On Livery Designer, do you make your custom look? Wait until Friday. We're going to show it off on Friday. All being well, we will have a couple of videos of new custom liveries being made, so you'll get a feel for what can be achieved. Now, the reason that we've kind of pushed this one back to the last Q&A is we wanted people to actually get pretty competent with the livery designer, so we could show off something that looked great. And hopefully, well, I've seen something that they've done already, and it looks pretty flipping good. So hopefully we'll have something that is moderately impressive. Only moderately, you understand? Let's not get carried away. You know, you'll have something that makes you go like, oh, that's quite nice, then. That'll do. As a bit of kind of subjective feedback, that would be nicely. Will there be dynamic weather on the routes? No. There is no dynamic weather going on. Nope. We know that dynamic weather is a big deal, and it's definitely something we'd like to add, but it's not something that we've got in the plan at the moment. If multiplayer comes to TSW, will there still be single player? That's a really interesting question. I would be extremely surprised if we ever got rid of single player. Extremely surprised. That said, we haven't started designing multiplayer. The intention is that the multiplayer will someday exist, but we haven't started work on it, and therefore there is no multiplayer. Right? Until we start working on it, it doesn't exist. And at the moment, we haven't started working on it. But were multiplayer to come along, I would be extremely surprised if single player were to disappear for some reason. Does the livery designer work on preserved collection? No, it does not. Does not. That's the big hole in the preserved collection armour. Doesn't work with livery designer. For the 1972 stock livery designer, we're doing livery designer kind of stuff on Friday, right? You know that. I've said this. I didn't imagine I'd said it. I'm getting a lot of livery designer questions. So is it gameplay Thursday, Q&A Friday? That's right, Welsh. Yep, absolutely. Or Gaz. I'll call you both. I'll alternate between the two. Bakerloo. You'll get live gameplay on Thursday. Matt's going to drive. I'm going to shut up. And then on Friday we're doing the final kind of pre-launch Q&A. We'll probably do another Q&A after launch, at least one, I would imagine, just so that you can go like, oh, I didn't like the way that works much, so you can actually do it like a live feedback session, something like that. But wait until post-launch before we talk about that. Richard says, can I have a shout out please? No, you can't, Richard. Right, what else have we got in there? There's a red signal coming up. Yeah, 500. I'm only doing 15 miles an hour. I mean, it's not going to take me that long to slow down. In fact, if I just ease the gas off, thank you for telling me though. You don't want me to shut up ever. Yeah, but you don't represent everybody. So no, we're going to focus on showing off the Bakerloo line and the features. And we'll leave any fun nonsense to one side for that stream, just so you can see what you're going to get. There you go. I mean, you'll get another crack at seeing the Colne Aachen route next week, along with another look at the Bakerloo line, along with Sandpatch Grade as well. We will be covering everything again next week as we move closer to launch. So you will get another opportunity to look at stuff. One question, is there a 2021 version of Train Simulator planned? Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'll find out. There you go. Yeah. I mean, typically, an annualised release of Train Simulator tends to be a bundle of 3 of the most popular routes from the previous year. And that's about it. But what that represents, though, is a really good starter pack if it's your first time getting stuck into Train Sim. Now, do we think I'm close enough for this signal for it to recognise that I'm here waiting for it? I'm going to ease it just a little bit closer, I think, just to be on the safe side. We'll get a little bit closer, but not too close. We're going to drive casual, basically. I'll be back looking at the chat again in just a sec. Hang on. There we go. Just get us into within about 15 and I'll be happy. Alright. There you go. That'll do it nicely. All the brakes, please. Thank you. Alright. Hold her there. Right. Wang that to about 35%. Wait for it to turn yellow. Right. Okay, what do we got next? Are the PC requirements the same as Train Sim World 2020? Yes, they are. Why doesn't the NEC work to transfer? So why is NEC, and obviously all the locomotives associated with it, all the trains associated with it, why are they not being part of preserved collection? because the amount of work involved in bringing those forward is probably as big as, if not bigger than, the work that's been done on Sandpatch Grade. So there simply is not time in the schedule to bring that route forwards. It needs so much re-engineering doing to it that it is almost as simple to just rebuild the whole thing from scratch. Just to scrub everything, literally just leave the scenery and rebuild it from scratch. Will it make a reappearance in the future? We're not going to talk about that because the roadmap, which I keep banging on about, will detail quite a lot of what's coming in the future. But I can tell you right now, NEC is not on it right now. And yeah, it's simply the amount of work involved, because the way in which these routes were put together in the first place, they were still learning at around that time. So Great Western Express, for example, was around the same time as NEC. I think it was a little bit earlier, in fact. And that's a heck of a lot easier to put together. Anybody who enjoys and plays a lot of NEC will tell you it is not without its problems, even on a player basis. So yeah, I mean, it has got issues that need fixing, even if everything were just going to work flawlessly pretty much first time around, and it won't. Oh, come on, get going. Stop your wheel spinning, you. Go on, that's it. Go on, get moving. 33% throttle should be enough for anybody. Come on, let's go. There we go. Alright, good. NEC is the earliest route version, so it's being left out. It is being left out. There you go. Right. Go, that's not your red. Look, I was stopped 15 yards from it. That was the only signal I could see. It was on the right side of the train, so I was pretty confident that that was for me. On the ice train, can you run LZB without PZB? Yes, pretty sure you can. Yeah, I'm virtually certain you can. When I had my training session on the stream last week, I enabled PZB after enabling LZB. I don't see why they wouldn't work in a mutually exclusive fashion. So I don't think there's a problem with that. Right, next. Will trophies for the two titles in relation to DLC be mutually exclusive? I'm near 100% certain that they will be. Near 100%, because the Preserved Collection DLCs are being counted as brand new DLCs once they get updated and brought forward. Not in the sense of we're going to pretend like this is the first time anyone's ever seen them, but in terms of, you know, if you think that any game that is released has a store ID on the store that it's released on, it will have a completely different store ID, and matching two games to have the same trophy system, it really doesn't work very well at all. So I am 99% certain that they will have separate trophies. However, I have got a section of questions lined up for things like action points and trophies and achievements and mastery and all of that kind of stuff that we're going to answer on Friday. So I'll make sure that we've got a proper answer waiting for you by then. There you go. Yeah. There you are. Right. That's the best answer I can give you on that one. What are we going to get? Are we going to get the Acela Express in Tracing World 2? We're not going to talk about what's coming in the future until we start talking about what's coming in the future. So these streams, for those of you who turn up regularly, we're never going to drop in a brand new piece of DLC announcement. We're never going to go like, you'll never guess what route we're going to be making next. We will always announce it first elsewhere, unless we go on tonight's stream, a surprise announcement, in which case I'll push a button and some kind of glossy trailer will jump up, filled with, you know, large gentlemen banging drums and you know, and lots of whooshy graphics, and the occasional, you know, couple of words pop up on screen going like ultimate passenger or something like that, right? That's how we announce new routes and all of that kind of jazz. Is you take a good active verb or adjective, and then you slap on something that says trains next to that as well. You bang the two together with some, you know, thunderous drumming action and lots of colours, and you're good to go. I'm possibly going to get murdered. There you go, red. Yeah, I caught it. I'm hoping I can slow down in time. Yeah, I'm sure I can slow down in time. I'm only doing 20. Yeah, there we go. How much will Train Sim World 2 be on PS4? Pretty sure it's $24.99. Pretty sure it's $24.99. That's pounds, obviously, sterling. So $29.99 if you operate in the euros or the dollars. There you go. Right. Do I care about being on time? Nope. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. Right. What next? Intercity's got a dash. Have an exemplary rest of the stream. Intercity, you have an exemplary evening and or rest of day. Any closer to giving us a roadmap, or is that a Friday question? No, next Tuesday. Tuesday will be the roadmap unveiling. I make it sound incredibly important, and it is incredibly important because it is the best way for you to be able to see what we are working on, and we will be talking about it extensively next week. What is the roadmap? It's an improvement to the way that we talk to you guys, basically. Rather than, you know, occasionally if you watch me and Matt doing stuff on this, occasionally we'll drop in a bit of knowledge that maybe wasn't common knowledge beforehand. But if you don't read the forums or you don't tune into these streams, where are you supposed to find this stuff out? Oh yeah, we're working on XYZ. Right? Just casually dropped in there. And then the only way you find out about it is someone else going, oh yeah, they're casually working on XYZ. And of course, by that point, we've stopped working on XYZ because it doesn't work, or we've decided not to do it, or what have you. So the roadmap is a way of us listing out XYZ and letting you know that it is in development, or you know, approaching release, or it's being planned, or what have you. So so we'll go through that in full detail next week. Do you guys have a sub goal? What, in terms of YouTube? No, we exist merely for semi-informational and entertainment purposes. If people want to subscribe, they're more than welcome to do so, but certainly don't feel obliged in any sense. Don't unveil the roadmap on MSFS launch day. Well, listen up, Flight Simmer. Given that you're going to be spending a heck of a lot of time flying in a straight line where there's nothing to collide with because there's no land or other vehicles, you haven't got to sound the horn at all, you're basically just flying in a straight line for about 16 or 17 hours. You could probably stick the stream on in the background and get all the information you need. There you go. That's just a little bit of shade there thrown at flight simulation. Oh yeah, I await Microsoft's witty riposte. Looks good though, doesn't it? Doesn't it look good? Does it not look good? But I mean, let's face it, how hard can it be to have something that has nothing to collide with just zipping around in the sky? Come on, piece of cake. In fact, after I finish this, I'll go bang one out, shall I? I'll just go and knock up a quick flight sim. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's tutorial number 3 in Unity. Right, what have we got going on? 45 mile per hour limit in a short dab. I'm joking. For those of you who think there is anything literal in what I'm saying at all, I am absolutely joking. And the other thing about flight sims, I haven't got trains in them. Now, I like planes just fine. I like them. I think they're fine, but they're not trains. No. Can console have a discount if you own TSW 2020? We'll be talking about that on Friday. It is in the Q&A section. We are going to talk about the console release. But more specifically, whether or not there is a deluxe version, whether or not there is an existing owner discount, and how exactly the players who have originally started playing on disc, how that's going to work. So those are kind of the specific kind of console business questions, let's say. When can we pre-order for console? You can't. We're not doing a pre-order on console. There you go. Right. Yep. Anyone else Yeah. Anyone else got... Will Great Western Express be coming over to TSW2? Yes, it will. Yeah. Yeah. If we didn't bring Great Western Express over to TSW2, someone would burn the office down. Because, you know, that's how they roll. Can I extend existing scenarios in the scenario editor? No. Well, I say no. What you probably could do, and I'm hypothesizing, is you could recreate an existing scenario in the scenario planner and then add more to it. Right? But you'd have to recreate it first. I don't think the scenario planner is being used to give you access to the existing scenarios. No, I don't think it is. Purely because the scenario planner, as it comes out, is going to be the first pass at it, right? It's going to be the scenario planner first edition. It is going to have the lowest number of features imaginable. Now, when we're putting scenarios together to go into a new route or into the new game or anything like that, we don't use the scenario planner to do it. We've got, you know, a slightly larger tool set, just purely because, you know, if you're trying to have like, okay, I'm going to mandatory enforce a 10 mile per hour speed limit in this section, that's beyond what the scenario planner can currently do. But as mentioned, first pass, it's only the first go. In all likelihood, we're going to continue working on a scenario planner for quite a long time. But we want to give you the first swing at it so that you can then give us the feedback. Why am I accelerating again when I'm supposed to be stopping? And I put the emergency brake on because I was being overzealous. Alright. Look, I put the emergency brake on. The least you could do is slow us down. Wang that on as well. There you go. Hey, it's alright everybody. I got it under control. There you go. Right. Release that. Let the brakes have a moment. Yeah. Then stick it back on because it makes the brakes happy again. Yeah. I anthropomorphize my my motive systems. This is not my signal. It says my signal's in 900 yards. This is fewer than 900 yards. I think we can probably go, don't you? Alright, throttle. Give it, well, about 28% should be groovy. And then, yeah, amps are coming up. Ease the brakes off. You've got it done hokey cokey again. Now, alright, throttle off, throttle back up. Not so much, not so much. Throttle off, throttle up. 22. You can't be unhappy with 22%. There you go. Hold on, no, 33 yards. Oh, it's changed its mind, look. Alright, okay, alright. It's alright, alright, so I'm on top of it. It's okay. I'm going to get within 15 again. Brakes on, please. Brakes on, please. Wang that on. We don't want to overshoot this. We've spent a significant amount of time getting to this point. Now says 940. So I don't believe you. I think you're just trying to trip me up. Observe the signal. Alright, we're just going to sit here and wait for that red to change to another colour. Right. Okay, good. Right, what have we got going on here? Yeah, you should be available as of midnight. Yeah, it's just... Yeah. Yeah, just... Oh, I don't know. Right. Okay, yeah. Customise your cab feature. What, with furry dice and bobblehead dolls, and maybe some lady with a hula guitar. I can think of worse things you could do to your cab. That said, I've got a hot plate, and therefore I'm quite happy. Yeah. No gold medals for being 1 metre from the red signal. Well, there should be. Yeah. It's showing the road signal behind me. Do what? What road signal behind you? And it just... This looks legit to me, Gov. No, look, and here we go. Here's my homeboy. He's coming through. Maybe I've got to wait for him to pass through before I'm allowed to do anything. I'll give it a little honk. Just a, you know, just the smidgingness of a honk there. Alright. Oh, it's Diane. Alright, Diane, how's it going? coming down to bingo this evening? Are you? Right, terrific. Okay, but I'm waiting. This signal can change, or we're staying put and I'm just talking to the chat. I'm happy doing that. That's fine by me. If a simulator is called Train Sim World, will we see trains from all over the world, like South American trains? You would think so, right? Yeah, you would think that we would add trains from all over the world to a game called Train Sim World. Right, hit tab. Oh, yeah, I like your thinking. Sup? Nope. No. No. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Right. Okay. Coffee? No. I don't like coffee, and therefore get your own. This is very confusing, says Random Player. It's not really. This is the one time signals aren't confusing. When a signal's red, you go like, no, I'm staying put. There you are. Can you relivery the entire train? Yes, to an extent. The extent in question being that you can... Right, let's say you've got yourself your multi-unit kind of ideal going on there. Then, yes, you could do that as one big livery. However, if you've got a loco and then half a dozen identical wagons stuck behind it, that's the universal symbol for wagons behind something. Then the wagons would all look exactly the same, but queued up behind your original. Yeah, there you go. Will there be the Piccadilly line too? Well, I think you could probably answer that for yourself. If we were intending to do the Piccadilly line, I'm pretty certain that we would have said that we're going to do the Piccadilly line. We're not going to do the Piccadilly line because we're doing the Bakerloo line. So I mean, I appreciate that the Piccadilly line runs very, very close to the Bakerloo line, and therefore, surely it would be no hassle at all to just wang those tracks in there and occasionally have something zipping in and out. But no, that's not what we've done. There we are. Right. Good. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now, on a previous route, I have snuck through a red signal by getting the train moving at a very low speed and then getting out of the train. Yeah. We're going to try that. Okay. Right. First job. Get the door open. All right. Let's check in case there's any kind of tricky remount required there. All right, yeah. If you doesn't want to play ball, you've got to play by your own rules. All right, throttle to about 20-ish%. Yeah, 20% has got it moving historically. All right, stick that on. Right. No wheel spin. I can hear the needle on the Digidash going bananas. There you go. Right. There you go. Right. Bring her back up. Oh, you've got loco brake on. There you go. Alright, here we go. Now then, it needs about 1,000 amps in order to get going. Get out. Right. I've done this before. I'm a trained professional. Oh yeah, job denied. No. Right, stuff you. Load the last checkpoint. I will not be defeated. Admittedly, when I did it before, it was gravity allowing it to roll down there. Where am I? Well, I'm on a train, obviously enough. Okay, alright, fine. Well, everything seems to be under control. Let's carry on and hope everything goes perfectly. So, incidentally, anyone there saying that was not a signal for me, you were quite wrong. It very much was a signal for me and was jolly keen on my stopping. Now I think it's actually this one that's coming up in 600 and change yards. There you go. Right, let's just give it a dab at that. Keep it rolling forwards. Hosed it. Oh, tell me about it. Definitely hosed. I mean, I did everything right. We stopped right next to the signal. But it did not allow me to sneakily just kind of go like, not me, I haven't passed a signal at danger, blame the train. Can't fire me for that. And yet, they did. Well, goes to show. Right, okay, good, right, yeah, good. Good. Alright, here we go. Yeah. This time, it's going to be glorious. Watch your speed there, son. Alright, I've got it. It's alright. It's under control. It's all good. It's all good. Everything's fine here. Let's give a quick honk. Let them know we're coming. It's not this one. No, this signal was fine last time as well. Is it the next one? Yep. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to park it there, and it can jolly well let us just sit there until we can move again. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yep. You're in a seat in front of a computer, not on a train. I think you'll find I'm on a train. It's a simulator. I'm immersed. I'm sat in a train while all manner of people are yelling random things at me. I'm totally immersed in the moment. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the moment is I'm transported to another world, which is remarkably like this one, only older and filled with trains and passengers that move in a slightly unconvincing way. Right, okay, here we go. On Bakerloo line, if I go to Paddington, can I drive Great Western Railway without reloading the game? No, you would at least have to reload it. What you want to do is you want to train a family member and or pet to load up the next section for you while you, I don't know, close your eyes and count to 100, or go to the bathroom, make a sandwich, one of those things. No, there will be a load in between. Right, there we go. Let's sit here. Oh, hello, Twitch. Twitch has just turned up. All right, and YouTube has silenced itself. Anyone commenting on YouTube right now is maintaining very high levels of quietness. That's because we use a service called Restream, which allows us to broadcast to multiple different venues at the same time. In this case, Twitch and YouTube. And so I see the chat from all the channels turning up on here, except YouTube chat appears to have gone very, very quiet. Press 9 to see what's happening on the map. Okay. See, that's a good idea. Right, you are here. Yes. I want to cross over this way. Yes. And then toddle on down here to my destination. We're almost there, you know. We really are. Look, that's where we're going. That's it. That's the job done there. Evidently, we are waiting, not for this one, because that's not going anywhere. We're waiting for something to come through. And once it has, we'll be allowed to move. All right. Oh, hold on. What we got going on here? This is that freight train that is very much like me, that's coming in now. That'll be coming through. Have we got anything else behind it? Not that we can see by hacking the matrix in this fashion. So we're just going to have to assume that this will do the job. We're going to have to wait for it to go through this signal and then potentially the next one as well. Okay, alright. I can be patient. That's a thing we can do. That's a go via location. I don't care. I'm saying it's the location. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're going for. In fact, hold on. Since we know there's a train coming, let's park up and try and size up a magnificent bit of camera work. Yeah, there you go. Here he comes. Look, plagiarising my train can consist. Come on, dude, shake a leg. I've been proper thumping it down this track, you know. Absolutely thumping it, and now I'm waiting for you. They should have given me right of way. You know, should have. You think you're all flash because you got your lights on. Yeah, clearly that is the case. There we go. Now, what's the angle that we want? Well, we want the gasworks in the background. Yeah. Maybe about here. Oh, you can even go another track over. Just don't let the camera get clipped by the oncoming train. There you go. Someone take a print screen of this, and there you go. That's your screenshot of the month competition winner, right there. Yep. Yep. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the signal. It's fine. I'm going to wait. for the signal. Yeah. Right now, YouTube chat are all just yelling to each other. Unless, of course, they've just left. That YouTube is no longer watching. They've all kind of gone, no, I've had it. I've had it with this. No, there's no sense in any of it. Oh, screenshot of the month with my face on it. Might not necessarily disqualify you, but I'll be honest. In fact, if about 200 people were to submit that into the screencast competition, shot contest, that would amuse me. Not that I ever see the entries, but I'm pretty sure that someone would have a word with me. Yep. In the meantime, why don't you cook up some pancakes on the hot plate? Okay, pancakes 101. Right, okay, so you've got your flour, right, which you have measured out. And in fact, you don't really need to measure it out. Obviously, don't go crazy. Use a sensible amount of flour. Then you put your eggs into the flour. Leave the milk out of the equation for now. The whole purpose of what we're doing here is we're getting the egg to bind with the flour, and then you need to beat it up to such an extent that you start breaking down the gluten strands in the wheat, which has made the flour there. I'll keep half an eye on the signal. We'll go as soon as we're able. In fact, you all start yelling. Right, okay, and then once you've got that, so you need to, properly kind of work it in there with a fork, or don't use an electric whisk. It will just cling to the thingamajig, and you'll then spend just as much time trying to extract it all from the spinning doodah. You're better off just using a fork. Work it in there. It'll give you a good workout. Good few minutes is what you want to do. More eggs, the merrier. But within reason. Again, don't go completely bananas with it. Then slowly add the milk. Right? All the time you're now trying to break down this gloopy lump that you've built into the milk that you've just poured in. Keep working it in there and working it in there, because you're still breaking down the gluten strands, and then gradually you'll start to build up a batter. And now the consistency of the batter is actually, it can be pretty subjective. You can go pretty thin and water and it'll still do the job, or you can go quite thick and it will still do the job. I tend to go where if you take the fork out of the mixing bowl, you get an occasional few drips just coming off the end of it, and that will work just fine. Now, to cook your pancakes, you get your frying pan and you grease the bottom of it with I tend to use vegetable oil, to be honest, because it goes to the right temperature. If you use olive oil, don't do olive oil because it doesn't get hot enough. You need vegetable oil, and then with a bit of paper towel, you wipe it up, you mop it up, right? And then in between pancakes, you just give it one smear round. The pan should basically look dry, but it needs a smear round just to ensure that that's not sticking to the bottom. And then give it a minute, pour it in, measure it out. A ladle is usually a good way of measuring out. Bang it in, circularize it, swish it around a little bit, let it get hot. Keep it on a back forth kind of a movement, because it shouldn't stick once it breaks loose. You shouldn't need a spatula or anything like that. And then the tossing motion is wang it forward and a little flick at the end. Bosh, straight on the other side. Cook it as much as you feel is necessary. There you go. That's it. There you go. Still waiting for this signal, incidentally. Do the Q test. There you go. Done that. Press Q. Not a lot. What do you have with the pancakes? Well, that's entirely up to you. Some people will go for oh, we're away. Hang on. Never mind everything I just said. We're driving now. Go on, bundle. Hang on. No. Look. There is no need to forget your discipline here. Now, you see, you've got it doing the okie dokie. Calm yourself back down. You got all excited by talking about pancakes. Yeah, I know, you want to go and make some now. Well, you're not going to. You've got to get this loco to its destination. You kept everyone enthralled with a pancake. My personal choice, pancakes, squeeze a lemon, and a little bit of sugar. That'll do me nicely, thank you very much. Yeah. So, could you make pancakes on the hot plate? This hot plate? Yeah, well, the only thing that's wrong with it, I mean, if you were to put like a griddle over the top of it there, so you could rest your frying pan on the top, yeah, you'd probably be all right. Yeah. I reckon. Why don't PS4 and Xbox players get to pre-order Train Sim World 2, Matt? Well, let me tell you, Dave, that they don't get to pre-order Train Sim World 2 because we're not doing a pre-order on console. There you go. Right. Yeah. Bundle. Yeah. Bundle was something we used to say as children in my part of the world, which basically just meant everybody pile on. You'd yell bundle after someone had fallen over, and everyone would basically just go and jump on top of them, which is great. These days, health and safety possibly wouldn't allow that kind of behaviour. I'm not for a moment suggesting they allowed that kind of behaviour when we did it, but it's the kind of thing we did, and occasionally the phrase bundle enters my mind, and I can't help but yell it, even in a softly spoken kind of a way. There you are. There's a cultural reference from East Anglia for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it with my my fondest wishes. Right. Yeah, max speed's 15. I'm doing 15. I have not yet broken. I think I had one dab of breaking the speed limit earlier on, but currently I'm driving this legit. Pancake, sugar, lemon, then sultanas and golden syrup. Whoo! All right, John. Well, I'm not going to knock it. That sounds pretty good. I think it's overboard, but no, you go for it. A pancake is a very personal thing. So you have it the way you like. I mean, I know people that get the flipping Nutella out and start wanging that in there, and I just kind of go, no, it's not for me. Why no pre-order for console? Because we're not doing one. I have no more compelling an answer for you than that. You will sleep no better knowing why there is or is not a pre-order, but there isn't one. Right? It's just not going to make a difference. Stop! I don't have to stop. I'm doing fine. No, I've got half a mile to go till my via. I've got 600 yards until a yellow signal, and in a mile and a half I'll be allowed to go a little bit faster. Yes. Cyrus is incredibly angry. Okay. Alright, good. So, alright, Cyrus. Well, I mean, anything I could do to make you less. Maybe go and have a pancake. That'll cheer you up. Savoury pancakes. Grate some cheese and then fry that on them. I wouldn't go with the cheese, but if you were to do like a savoury mince and wrap that in a pancake, now you're talking. You know, a bit of minced beef and some onion. Let the juices flow through to gravy up a little bit, and then sling some peas in that as well. Terrific. A couple of carrots, perhaps. Oh yeah. Matt, stop talking about food. All right, Dave, I will. You're making me hungry, despite the fact I've already eaten. It's because I'm talking about good food, real food for people. There you go. Hey, Braden. That's all right, Richard. I'll let you off. But from here on in, anyone who calls me Matt, I'm going to call them Dave. There you go. What happens when you press E? I stand up. See? Look. There you go. I've stood up. And I need to sit back down again, or I can't do any driving. And that's kind of important, given that I'm doing so well. Can I tell your dogs to be quiet? They're barking and I can't hear you. Oi, dogs! Stick a cork in it. Right, good. TSW for Nintendo Game Boy. Fair play. I mean, I think the two colour graphics might not do it justification. Well, we're bound to have someone saying it's not realistic enough, or that the lighting's off. But there you go. With the editor, will it allow you to put a loose consist along the route? How do you mean a loose consist? Expand on that idea, and don't call it the editor. You'll make people think it's an actual editor. Scenario planner. We have purposefully called it something that doesn't use the E word. Reword it, ask it again, I'll let you know if I've got an answer for you. There's a red 160 yards. Alright, okay. Sling all of that on. Yeah, bump it all the way up. There you go. Yeah. How about turn the accelerator off? I have done. We're good. Yeah, I mean, easy peasy. Alright, okay. Ease it back off. There you go. Oh, I wonder how long we get to wait at this one. Alright, hang on. Now, here's the thing. There, if you've taught yourself how to make a halfway decent pancake batter, now you can add a bit of sugar into your pancake batter, but then we're talking crepes, right? And we're crepe, as my French comrades would have me call it, rather than pancakes. However, if you're not taking the crepe route there and you are just making pancake batter, I think you'll find it's also Yorkshire pudding batter. Absolutely no difference, and instead of slinging it in a frying pan, you sling it in your Yorkshire pudding tin, and off you go. Now, if you get the ratios right between your eggs and the flour and the milk, and this comes with practice, comes with a little bit of trial and error, getting it right, getting it wrong. Heat is one of the most important things, but eventually you'll get a consistency that works to the level of fluffiness meets crunchiness meets sogginess that is the perfect Yorkshire pudding to your palate. There you go. Do the Q test. There you go. Done it. Yeah. Done it. Isn't a cheesy pancake an omelette? No. Omelettes haven't got any flour in them for starters. Is a Yorkshire pudding a pancake? Same mixture, just a different application, or it is the way I do it. I mean, I'm sure Gordon Ramsay would absolutely do his nut to hear me suggest anything along those lines, but he's wrong, and I'm here and he's not, and it's my cooking show, so he can shut up. Right, is TSW 20 finished, ready for release, still being worked on? Here's another misconception. When it comes out for release, we're still working on it. It's not done. Now, it is done to the extent that it is finished and ready for you to play, but we're not finished working on it, if that makes sense. We've still got more that we want to do with it. So development continues. I mean, obviously you've got all the work that's still ongoing on Preserved Collection, but there will be more besides that as well. So we put our release. I suspect we've got a release candidate knocking around somewhere at the moment. But for the past, I don't know. Well, actually, during the whole of development, it is constantly in QA and then back out again. That's quality assurance, for those of you unfamiliar with the term, to track problems that come up and then get them resolved in a timely fashion. So it's in and out of QA all the time. As new bits get added, they get tested and then retested and retested. Life in QA is perfectly suited to those who love repetition above all else. Yeah, procedure and repetition is the life of the QA artiste. It takes a certain sort of person to be able to hack it. So have we finished it? No, we're not finished it, but we won't have finished it a year from now. There'll still be more going on. Will it be ready for launch day? Yeah, it'll be ready for launch day. There you go. Yeah, damn, that's about the size of it. Right, I got 50 yards till I'm supposed to stop. So it's obviously just before this here junction coming up. So I'm going to get that going. All right, okay, yeah. Well, look, while we're coming in for, well, that's not a good angle. While we're coming in for a landing here, this looks pretty promising. There we go. Slap it on. Slap it on a lot. Still says 22 yards, but I suspect I'm close enough, especially since it's told me that the work I have done is good. They'd be right. Climb down and stretch your legs. You betcha there, sister. Right, let's go. Hiya! What else do you want me to do? Come on. Do you want me to turn some of this off a bit? I think I might have left it all rather fired up. Oh, hold on. Set the train brake to shutdown. Why did you tell me to get off the train? Huh? Huh? Oh, look at that. Spot beefcake rolling past. Very nice. Right. Set the train brake to shut down. It's going to be beyond full service, surely. That's emergency. Keep going. Release overcharge. No. Alright, well, let's try it from here. There you go. Train brake. Yeah, running. Release overcharge. Yeah. Running. Initial. Service. Full service. Emergency. Perhaps if I were to take it out of gear first. Alright, throttle off. Helpful. Reverser off. Equally helpful. Try it again. Go on. Off. It will not go further. Oh, there we go. Apparently it will if you just keep pressing it repeatedly until everything's gone. Turn the master key off. Where did I leave that? I'll tell you, it's the one thing that it rather reminds me of, you know, your train simulator meets finding things puzzle game. Is where's the master key this time? I don't know. Is the reverse of the master key? It sometimes is. It likes to masquerade itself. Turn that off. Turn the heater off. I did put it on earlier. I was feeling chilly. Alright. Master key. I've seen it live everywhere. There is no consistency at all. Close the door. I bet it could be hiding behind the door. Just give that a quick waggle. That always makes life better. Yeah, no. It's usually on the main dash. I know it's usually... Hold on. It's there, look. There you go. Done it. Right. Get off. Happy to do so. Alright, where do you want me? 14 yards, 15 yards. You're not giving me an objective marker here, so we're just going to have to go warmer, 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 colder. Alright, okay. Warmer. There we go. Perfect. Now then, what score did we get there? Flipping gold. Come on. Marvellous. There we go. That's it. Brilliant. Job done. Another gold medal in the bag right there. Thank you very much for tuning in today. So on Wednesday, Matt is here for your Train Simulator 2020 Workshop Wednesday, where he will be diving into the unspeakable pleasures of the Steam Workshop and coming out with an illicit something that he should have to declare at customs. And then he'll display it to you from within his trench coat. On Thursday, we're back again on the Bakerloo line, this time for Train Sim World 2, where Matt will be driving and I will be asking important questions. And Matt will be delivering important answers, and you'll get to see the whole thing. So first look at Train Sim World 2 Bakerloo gameplay this Thursday. On Friday, we're doing our final Q&A for Train Sim World 2 before it comes out. We'll do more after it's out, but this is the last one before it comes out, and we invite you to come along and join us for that. Anyway, please enjoy whatever it is that remains of your Monday, and make the most of it. And, I don't know, maybe have a pancake. There's worse things you can do to yourself. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio! That should be the button. It is.